Hello and welcome to my channel, Shop Talk with Dan the Man. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you've already subscribed, thanks for coming back. Without further ado, let's go on into the shop. Today we're going to be reviewing the RIDGID 18V hybrid panel light. The model numbers are 8698. So this panel light is pretty impressive. I've used it on a couple of inside jobs where I've had to do drywall, and at the time I didn't have any light. So just giving this a review. Basically I'll show you the ins and outs of the unit, and it says that it has a 3500 Lumens Maximum. So I'm not sure, there's three settings. There's low, medium, and high. And I'm not sure where the lumens are on the lowest setting, medium setting, and highest setting. Alright, well let's dive in and have a look at it. So as you can see here, this is a hybrid model. And what the hybrid means is if you go to the back side of the unit and you can turn this knob to loosen it, so it gives you your angle. This will tilt back. So on the back you'll see that there's a spot for the battery pack to snap on, and then up from that you'll notice there's a plug adapter. So basically you plug an extension cord in there and then an extension cord into your plug outlet on the wall, and that gives you full power all the time. And what's amazing about that is if you're in a setting where you're doing drywall a whole room, you need to have access to power for the duration of your project. Whereas a battery, you'll be swapping it out quite often for the usage. So let's see what the features are. So I just mentioned the two features on the back, your battery pack and the power supply. Let's turn it around. So this model here, there's two different models RIDGID makes, and this model here has two sliding side panel units. Now what's great about these redesign models, the original one had two hinge points so that when you're have the unit on, you could only turn it this way or this way. So although that's great, I'll just snug up the adjustment on the back here so it doesn't move on me. There we go. So what's great about the two hinge points on either panel is that if you need light, say, off to the left or off to the right, you can just pivot your side piece until you get the proper lighting that you would require for that particular room. And of course it pivots up and down depending on what surface you're needing light for. But what's amazing about this unit, and this is why I chose this unit over the other one, is these panels also rotate up and to the back side. So that gives you a bit more diversity for your lighting. So the project I was working on was a ceiling. So I was doing drywall above myself on a ladder. So what I did was I moved this to the ceiling, so I got lots of light there. And then I was also looking at the wall. So in order to see the wall and the rest of the room, I could pivot these side panels whatever which way I needed to give me that side lighting frontward. So I'm very impressed with this unit. Now, a couple things to note. There are three settings. So you have your high setting. I won't turn it on in front of the camera because you'll probably go blind. But here is the power on, power off knob. So you just turn that on, one click, two clicks, 3 clicks. So the first click is your full 3500 lumen, and then it goes down from there. So I will show a couple of videos of the light in action. Now you think to yourself, well, when am I ever going to use this? I might have one job that I'm working on that will require a spotlight. Well, if you camp, this is another great idea, because you can have your battery pack. So you can be out, whether it's a picnic table or out cooking, and you have plenty of light for the evening. Also, if you're on a job site, this also has an adapter, so you can thread in your tripod. So if you're at a job site where you're going to cover, say, a full room, and if it's on the floor, it might not give you that proper angle that you're looking for. It's too low, the light's casting shadows. Well, what you can do is you can put that on a tripod. So it will raise it off the floor to the desired height and give you more lighting wherever you're working. So I really like this spotlight. I did buy it for a drywall job I was doing. RIDGID makes a great product. Of course, they back it by their lifetime service agreement. So if you have any issues with it, you can definitely take it in and get a service done to it to repair it. I'll just show you real quick how the battery gets installed, and you know, kind of give you that view. So we'll just close these up. Now these are like I said, they can turn all the way around, so you know, it's awesome the way you can customize your positioning for this particular unit. So we'll just turn it around like that and tilt it back, and then you just grab your battery. So this battery is the 4 amp hour and 18 volt. You can use whatever you want for, as long as they're the RIDGID batteries, the 18 volt. And of course, the bigger the amperage, the longer the run time. So that's important to note as well. Bigger the battery, the longer the run time. Also, depending on your setting, whether it's the 3500 lumens or lower, that'll change your battery life, of course, when it's on. So all you do is you just bring it down like this, and you just try your battery pack and you slide it in until it clips, and that's it. It's locked in, ready to roll. I will fire it up because you can't really see too much of the light, although it's crazy bright, and I'll show that later on once it's dark. There's the brightest. There's setting number 2. Setting number 1. So as you can see, there's a big difference between the first setting and the third setting for brightness. I'll show you that one more time. First, brightness. The video doesn't really do it justice of how bright it is in here. It's a very bright light. Second setting, and third setting. So that's just a preview of the RIDGID spotlight. There's another model. It's gray. I'm not sure the model number right off the top of my head, but the reason why I chose this one after doing a couple of reviews was the gray one had a hinge here and a hinge here and no pivot in the middle. So you're only good to go this way, and I really enjoyed this model where I could tilt the side panels to give that extra coverage depending on the job that you're doing. So please subscribe and like this video. If you want to see more content in the future, I would appreciate your support. Thank you.